I chose to study at Glyndwr because I wanted to go to a university that was closest to my home, so I didn't have to move away. So it was a toss-up between here or Chester. I came for my interview here before I'd even visited Chester, and as soon as I saw the building I decided to come here. And didn't want to go to Chester because Glyndwr's better. It's quite an arty building. It's little and it's, I don't know, I find it inspiring. I like the oldness of it. I don't like new buildings. The old building, I like the outside as well. It's just a beautiful place. During our first and second year, I'd say I was a painter, so it was all about developing our painting skills. But once we were left to our own devices, I suppose we were allowed to dabble in all the different workshops, from print to photography, glass, woodwork, clay. I suppose I enjoyed and I got the most out of the print workshops, so I've taken that further in terms of creating mono prints, subtraction prints, screen prints. So like I've incorporated them in with these images. So yeah, it's been good. You get a lot of support from the workshops. I suppose what I've enjoyed most about studying here is being able to expand on skills that I've already learnt in previous years. I've enjoyed meeting new friends who have similar interests to me. I like the fact that everyone here bounces off each other, ideas get passed around, like, it's just an inspiring place, I suppose, and the tutors are very supportive. I suppose that's got something to do with the fact that it's a small unit, it's an intimate environment, and the technicians are great, so workshops are fantastic for learning new skills. I've always had an interest in portraiture, and I suppose during my first and second year I did quite boring, the usual realistic portrait of a person, and accidentally had some photographs on the table one day of people's faces, and I was just ripping them up. So from those accidental photographs I started making masks with these images and getting people to wear them, and then re-photographing people wearing them in everyday scenarios, which I then re-photographed, and that became my final piece. But because it was so wall-based, I've got so restricted with having my work being stuck on the wall. I wanted it out there. I wanted these masks and these people to speak for themselves, to be a thing almost. So this year I've randomly started incorporating animals into it, quite why I don't know, and instead of getting people to wear these things, I've made these things be from 2D pieces to like three-dimensional objects, I suppose, and then put them in this ordinary everyday scenario, this like dining room setup, with the view to relating to everyone. So the viewer would look at it and it's a scenario that they themselves can relate to, and I suppose they can take what they want from it. It can be interpreted in whatever way the viewer wants to interpret it. I mean, people say it's like the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, which is not the way I'd view it. So I suppose that's what I like, the fact that I can make these random things, these mental creatures, and then the viewer can look at it and it's whatever they make of it.